friends, Quill here. Welcome back to some Battle Spot doubles here on the channel. If you're enjoying these battles just as much as I am, make sure you hit that like button down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you haven't already. If you missed the last video, make sure you go back and watch that. Should be up there at the top right about now. Like I said, make sure you go back and watch it. But just to sum up the goal, we have a Rillaboom with Grassy Surge to set up the grassy terrain, which causes Hawlucha's Grassy Seed to be activated, raises its defense, but more importantly, activates its Unburden ability, which doubles its speed when its item is used up. We've also got Toxtricity, Duraludon, Cinderace, and Bisharp, basic wall breakers, just to kind of come in and wreak some havoc when we need them to. Toxtricity does have Taunt. That is a surprise move. Not a lot of Toxtricities carry Taunt. Mine does, specifically to counter things like Trick Room and stuff like that. So, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get into it, and I'll see you guys in the first battle. Alright, here we are with our first battle against Nickel. We are still rank 5, but here we see a pretty scary team, right? We've got the Rillaboom of their own, along with Primarina and Togekiss, which is honestly a pretty scary core. Some other Pokemon you don't see so much, but I'm honestly... Okay, so I'm debating whether or not the good move is to lead with my own Rillaboom, just because... that might be a waste of a slot. No, because if they bring Togekiss, I want to fake that out, and if they bring Primarina, I want to get a Grassy Glide off on that. So we're actually going to bring Rillaboom, Hawlucha, our dedicated leads. They're not dedicated leads necessarily, but for these purposes, they kind of have become that. I think we're going to bring Toxtricity in the back to stop... Actually, no. You know what? I'm going to bring Toxtricity second, just to get the taunt off on either the Amoonguss or the Togekiss if they should be out first. I'm going to bring Hawlucha in the back, of course. And then, honestly, I think I'm going to go for the Cinderace just because I have so many options with it. Is that the right move? I don't know if that's the right move. Bisharp might be the right move instead. No, because there's that fighting type. Oof. Yeah, Cinderace. Cinderace is what we're going with. So I hope that'll work out. That's Cinderace can hit pretty hard, but comment down below. Let me know. Do you think I'm gonna win this battle? I don't know. This one could go either way. Nice. I don't know. Nickel has a pretty good team, so we'll see what happens. I'm scared of it a little bit. Out comes Togekiss and Chandelure. Both kind of scary Pokemon. I wonder if this is a Trick Room sort of setup here. First things first, though, I am going to go ahead and fake out that Togekiss, try to get it from setting up a Follow Me or an Ally Switch, although that might go off first. I don't know. Anyway, the damage is going to be nice either way. And then I think I'd go for the taunt on the... Togekiss or Chandelure? I think I've played a team like this before, and the Chandelure went for Trick Room. So I'm going to go ahead and taunt the Chandelure. That might have been a mistake, but I think I have time to make it. Honestly. We'll see. If not, my Rillaboom's probably just dead. But that's how it goes sometimes. So we get the taunt off on the Chandelure, and it just goes straight for Psychic. Okay, so we're going to have a Focus Sash. We're going to live that. It'll be just fine. Not exactly what I like to see. I did not expect that Chandelure just to go straight for a Psychic. We can knock it off, see what its item is, and then I honestly think I'm just going to go for another... do I go for Sludge Bomb or... I think I'm going to go for the Overdrive, see if I can outspeed and hit that. Okay, so we do go first. Overdrive does go first. That'll hit really hard, knocks everything down to half, which is so great. So Chandelure has an Air Balloon, actually. Flamethrower goes off on Rillaboom, does a whole crap ton of damage. Not fun there. We do get a knockoff off. Chandelure should just go down to that. Yep, we're good. That's great. Now, what does the Togekiss go for? It goes for the Heat Wave. That's awful, because that probably will knock out both. Yeah. Both of our Pokemon go down. That's not awesome. I don't love that. Togekiss is terrifying, and I'm honestly pretty afraid of it. But we are actually going to go out into Hawlucha. Oh, we don't have much of a choice, do we? This is not Gigantamax, so we might be able to set up the sun here if we so choose. I'm not sure quite what I want to do, if I'm being honest with you guys. We are going to get the Grassy Seed, which is going to help our defense a little bit. I think I'm going to Gigantamax and go for the Max Steel Spike on the Togekiss, try to get some damage off on that. And then I'm going to go for the Pyro Ball and the Rillaboom. That might be a mistake, but that's what we're going to go with for now. Okay, what do we see? Okay, so we're going to Dynamax. We'll have to see if they Dynamax this turn also. If they don't, that Togekiss is just going straight down. There's no hope for that. Unless they go for the Protect, they might live. But with Hawlucha as strong as it is, they might not. I also can't imagine why they would go for Protect here. It doesn't make total sense to me. Fake Out on Hawlucha. Good. So we Dynamaxing makes it so that they cannot, in fact... what's the word? Oh, I can't think of the word. Jeez. Okay, so we see the Babiri Berry come out. Dynamax Pokemon cannot flinch. There we go. Togekiss is going to live the Max Steel Spike, which is honestly pretty bad. Because of the Babiri Berry that they have. Try saying that 5 times fast. Babiri Berry, Babiri Berry, Babiri Berry. But we get the Pyro Ball off here. Unless this is a Focus Sash Rillaboom, it should just go down. Oh, wait. Togekiss. Ah, I forgot. Okay. Well, honestly, that's a good thing. Rillaboom faking out there didn't do anything, and we got a free kill on Togekiss. That thing's annoying. Out comes Conkeldurr, which is a problem. Definitely a problem, but not too much of a problem. I'm glad I didn't bring Bisharp. I almost did. But we're just going to go ahead and Pyro Ball the Rillaboom and Max Airstream the Conkeldurr, which is going to be Dynamaxed, which is pretty bad. Conkeldurr is just a kind of a pain in the butt to deal with anyway. We'll have to see what this one goes for. If it went for like a Max Guard or something, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. It'll just let me get the Rillaboom down. Let's see what happens. So we get the Max Airstream off. We knew we were going to go first. No big deal there. Conkeldurr doesn't even take half. That is terrifying. Why did it take so little damage? Jeez. Okay, Pyro Ball goes off here. Please don't miss. Thank you. Pyro Ball onto the Rillaboom should just knock it right out. Perfect. Okay, they can only take out one of my Pokemon. It's just a matter of Max Lightning. Okay. Max Lightning is not going to take me out. No, we're good. We're good. I did ask for more interesting battles. The end of last episode was weird. Like, we had a lot of weird sets and a lot of weird things that didn't necessarily work out for our opponents. However, I did ask for a harder set of battles, and I think that's what we got today, my friends. But we're going to Pyro Ball really quick onto that Conkeldurr, which goes to the Max Guard. Probably a good option. I'm not gonna argue that. The Pyro Ball, obviously going to get protected. Just kind of waiting out my Dynamax. Want to get that Hawlucha small again. But the thing is that whoever survives this turn, because I'm assuming that he's going to try to knock out one of my Pokemon, the other one will be able to move next turn after Conkeldurr is small again. Actually, we won't even get to the next turn, so Pyro Ball will knock the Conkeldurr out. That is our first win. That one had my heart pumping a little bit, you know what? You know? When they took out my first two leads, I was... the Rillaboom and the Toxtricity, I was like, this is going to go badly very quickly. But in fact, that was not the case, and we are just fine. So I will see you guys in battle number 2. Alright, my friends, we are here with battle number 2. We are rank number 6 now, so things are definitely going to get a little bit more difficult. We've got a Hatterene, and Indeedee, which are pretty obvious Trick Room lead team. The question is, do I think they'll go for those Pokemon? And I'm not quite sure. So, I think, what do I do? I think I lead Rillaboom Toxtricity, because worst case scenario, I can always just Volt Switch out if I read wrong, because I am expecting to see the Hatterene and the Indeedee, in which case I can just taunt the Hatterene right off the bat, and if the Indeedee goes for Follow Me, that's not the biggest problem in the world. I am concerned about the... Oh wait, no. This is the exact reason why Duraludon is here. Yeah, Duraludon one-shots the Hatterene, even when it's Dynamaxed, so we should be fine there, and it won't get detracted from a Follow Me by the Indeedee. So we definitely bring Hawlucha in the back, and then I think I want to have Bisharp just to scare off an Incineroar. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Yep. All right, Raphael, let's do this. Let's see what happens. I think we're getting to the point in the ladder where I feel like I could lose at any time, but I don't want to say that too loud because it might happen. I think we might have this one though. We might have it, depending on whether or not I can get rid of that Hatterene right away. Okay, so NDD Hatterene, that is great news for us. That's exactly what I wanted to see because I have prepared for that. So here, what we do, basically, Rillaboom doesn't serve much of a purpose in this matchup, especially if this NDD has the Psychic Seed, which we're going to see now if it has or not. Okay, so this is slow NDD, which some people run slow NDD to specifically get the Psychic terrain up after the grassy terrain, which is no fun. So Fake Out isn't going to do anything because we're in the Psychic terrain. So I'm just going to go for the knockoff on the NDD and then the Steel Beam on the Hatterene. And we're going to, I hope we get to see a Hatterene just kind of fall here. All right, Raphael withdrew Hatterene, which is no fun. Out comes the Incineroar, which is probably going to take a Steel Beam really, really well. That's kind of upsetting. This might be our loss, guys. I'm going to be honest with you, just because Steel Beam is going to do a lot here, but it's not going to do nearly enough to take out this Incineroar. Okay, I'm actually a bit impressed with how much that did. Duraludon definitely needs to switch out here, though, because we need it for that Hatterene. What do we knock off here? We knock off the Aguava Berry, which is nice. Expanding Force goes off. Is it going to do a whole lot? Just kidding. It does so much damage. What do I do? Dynamax and go for the Max Overgrowth on NDD? And then I switch Hawlucha in... Ooh, that could be a mistake, but that's what we're going to go for. I'll at least get the defense boost. It just depends on whether or not that Incineroar outspeeds me. I'm really hoping it doesn't. If I can get this grassy terrain off, that'll be best case scenario. I don't know. I don't really necessarily see myself winning this one. I keep saying that, but I don't know if it's going to be true. Here comes Rillaboom, big Rillaboom. It's not Gigantamaxed specifically for situations like this, where I would like to get the grassy terrain back up. We will get our defense boost back, and that is before... Okay, NDD goes clean out. That's great. That's great. We like to see that. I'm afraid that the Hatterene is going to come in, and I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. We should be able to live whatever the Incineroar wants to go for this turn. Flare Blitz it is. Okay, not fun. Not fun at all. Oh wow, that did a whole bunch of recoil. That's honestly pretty great. I'm not sure what I go for next. I'm really not. I'm expecting Hatterene to come out here. And we do see the Hatterene. That is awful. That is worst case scenario right there, because it's probably going to try to get... If it doesn't Gigantamax, it's going to try to get its what's it called? Trick Room up. And we really don't want that to happen. I'm just going to go for the Max Overgrowth to do as much damage as I can, and then the Iron Head on the Hatterene, and hope that it doesn't protect, because if it protects, then we're just kind of out of luck. Okay, what happens here? We go for the Iron Head, no protect, which is great. Maybe we'll get the flinch on the Hatterene, or maybe this grassy, or this Max Overgrowth will just take it out. It might, because it's powered up by the grassy terrain, which it does. That's super good. That is great. Rillaboom's going to go down here, which is not fun. But essentially that means, Flare Blitz is going to go off, going to take my Rillaboom down. It might actually take down the Incineroar, just because of the recoil. This is a more interesting battle than I was expecting, for certain. But they can't switch their Incineroar back out, which means that our attacking stats are safe. I'm going to bring Bisharp out here, I think. Yeah, that's the right move. Duraludon we can keep in the back, just in case I needed to fire off another Steel Beam at the very end of the battle. We'll see if that's the case, though. Out comes Tyranitar. That's not good. The problem isn't the Tyranitar, it's that the Tyranitar will have Oh, geez. What do? It's going to have the weakness policy when it Gigantamaxes, which is really not good. What do I do here? I'm going to double into Tyranitar. Honestly, that's what I think I need to do here. Because they're going to Dynamax, they're going to have the weakness policy, and I really don't want them getting off an attack. We should outspeed everyone here, and Sonora's going to go down to the recoil no matter what, so we really need to hone in on this Tyranitar, and if nothing else, we've got the Duraludon in the back to come in next turn and just knock it right out with a Steel Beam, which I hope is what happens, as long as it doesn't go for the max guard here, which would be awful. Okay, we're good, we're good. Tyranitar, wow, nearly goes down to that. Okay, that's great. We see our defense and special defense fall, no big deal, because we should outspeed and go for the Iron Head here and just knock it clean out. Okay, guys, we made it through that battle. Oh, geez, that was nice. That was nice. That was the right decision, doubling in that Tyranitar, because if it got the chance to get an attack off on top of the weakness policy, that would have been a bad time for everybody. Well, it would have been a good time for my opponent, but bad time for me. Down goes our Bisharp. No big deal because it will knock itself out in recoil, and we have won our second battle. Jeez, jeez. Did not expect that to go as well as it did. To be honest with you guys, I'm pretty happy. But yeah, that will do it for battle number 2. Another one that we won, and I didn't quite expect to. But I will see you guys in battle number 3, the last battle. Alright, friends, here we are back with our third battle and final one for the day. We've got Tyrannagos. We see possible Trick Room setup here. We see a possible Chlorophyll Venusaur. Chlorophyll Venusaur still, I don't believe, outspeeds Hawlucha with the Unburden. So we should be fine as far as that's concerned. What we might also have is an NDD Hatterene lead, and I'm not quite sure which one I want to plan for. The possible leads are probably going to be Torkoal and Venusaur, or NDD and Hatterene, and they have different styles I want to play based on which one I think they're going to bring. Let's see. I think I want to bring Rillaboom and Duraludon, because I think I want to plan for the Hatterene. Basically, if they don't bring Hatterene, then Duraludon doesn't really do much in this battle anyway. So I'll want to sack off my Duraludon as early as possible if they don't bring the Hatterene. But if they do, we should be fine just to knock it right out. I'm also going to bring Hawlucha in the back. Hawlucha does really, really well here if we can get stuff set up the way we need to. And then, what do I bring last? I think I bring Cinderace just because they're going to set up Sun, and that's going to be really great for my team. Really great for the Pyro Ball, if that's what it comes down to. I'd really like it to not come down to that. I'd like to beat them before. I need to bring out Cinderace because Cinderace is kind of a last-ditch effort, but I really like the trainer card. They have that cool pose going on. But hi friends, Editing Quill here. I would like to explain what's about to happen. So, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know, skip ahead a few seconds. But this upcoming battle does not go well at all. And I am not opposed to uploading losses. Losses happen, they're part of the game, and they're part of growing and learning, both for me and for my viewers, as we sort of climb this ladder together. That's why I'm leaving the battle in, but I'm speeding it up because of why it goes so poorly. So you can see, just recently I selected the team, and I'm going to leave in my justification for the Pokemon that I chose. But if you go back just a few seconds, you'll find that I clicked the done button just as time ran out. So the game treated it as though I never made any selections at all, in which case it randomly chooses a team for you. So I was not prepared with the proper Pokemon that I wanted to bring to the battle, and as a result we lose pretty badly. Like I said, I'm not at all opposed to uploading losses, but the point of this video and this video series is to showcase this team that I've made and myself playing with it. And I feel like without my proper strategy putting into place, I don't feel like it's too fair, and I don't feel like it's so entertaining for you guys to watch me lose a battle for things that were out of my control, essentially. Yes, I could have picked my Pokemon faster, but in my opinion, we didn't lose the battle because of a misstep that I made. So we're just going to speed through this battle pretty quickly. And I do have an extra battle coming at you, so make sure you stick around for that one. I'm going to go for a fourth game, and I don't usually do this. But if I had lost that game legitimately, like their team was just better than mine, I wouldn't go for a fourth game. But because that was because of a misclick and for no other reason, I'm going for a fourth game. So join me in game 4. All right, here we are with Dario for our fourth and final battle. This one will make sure that we bring the right Pokemon. So we see the Gigantamax Lapras that's obviously going to come out here. We've got a Comfey, which actually I have planned for a team coming up. So stay tuned on that one. I see a lot of interesting threats here that you don't typically see. So what's going to happen is... no, I don't know what's going to happen. Okay. This is an odd team. I'm going to bring Rillaboom out first because it does relatively well except against Cinderace. And I think I also want to bring Toxtricity just because if it's a bad idea, I can go ahead and Volt Switch out. But no, I don't want to do that because it doesn't really do well in this battle, I guess. I need to calm down. I'm losing it here. But we're going to bring Hawlucha, I think, instead. Just because it does pretty well here. Cinderace can do some decent damage, but I think Bisharp's the better bet. And then Duraludon doesn't really do anything, so I'm going to bring Cinderace as my fourth Pokemon. And we're going to hope for a better result this time. Last battle was just so frustrating. I still can't believe I did that. Alright. Here we go against Dario, with X's on both sides of his name, so you know he's serious. Ah, man. What does he have? Okay. Last battle didn't happen. This is a new one. Decidueye and Hitmontop. We're going to see an Intimidate come off here. Rillaboom and Hawlucha come out. Okay. So what we find from this is that I'm faster than Hitmontop, unless it's not Intimidate, which it's not, it looks like. So that's interesting. I'm imagining he's going to go for Triple Axle. I'm going to go ahead and fake out the Hitmontop because I don't want to deal with it. And then we're going to Dynamax and Max Airstream that Decidueye just to get it out of the way. Alright, what happens here? I hope they don't Dynamax. If they Dynamax their Hitmontop, then it's just a bad time for us. But for the time being, we do get Big Bird going off again. Alright. And we should just see the Max Airstream go off first, right? Nope, they're going to Dynamax. Shoot! No. Please be the Decidueye. Please be the Decidueye. Make my day. It is the Decidueye. Good. We could deal with the Dynamax Decidueye. If we had tried to fake out the Hitmontop and it didn't work, we would be in more trouble, I think. But in this particular case, we can just get the fake out off onto Hitmontop. Not going to do too much damage, but it is going to stop it from moving. We saw that it was going to try to go for a priority move because they weren't able to go for that priority move. I'm guessing probably a fake out of its own. We are just going to take out the Decidueye just outright, which I did not quite expect, if I'm being totally honest with you. I thought it would at least live with a little bit, but maybe they don't have their Pokemon fully Dynamax candied up. And out comes this Cinderace. Okay, so this is not necessarily a bad thing because our speed has been raised. So I'm going to try to high horsepower that Cinderace, and then I'm going to go for another Max Airstream on the Hitmontop. So basically our Hawlucha is going to outspeed no matter what. Getting the Hitmontop down will raise the Rillaboom speed another stage, so maybe it will be able to outspeed the Cinderace. I bet it will be able to, in fact. And we know their Dynamax is gone, which is great for us. Hitmontop goes straight down. That's great. Raises our speed another stage, so we should be able to outspeed the Cinderace. Or so we hope. And we can go for the high horsepower, which should just take the Cinderace out unless it has the Focus Sash, which I doubt to be the case. Yes! We love it. We love it. I love it, at least. Alright, are they going to DC, or is there one more Pokemon they're going to bring out? They might just quit. Honestly, I think in their condition I might. Out comes the Palossand, which typically when I see Palossand, I see it run with, what's it called? Jeez. Oh, I can see it. It's run with that thing. Yeah, the bug type. I'm going to knock it off, and I'm going to go for the max airstream just to do as much damage as I can. Oh, geez. It's run with Excelgor, and why did I... Oh, they gave up. They forfeited. Oh, that's the second time that's happened to me, and it's confused me. But there we go. We finally got our third win with this team. That loss in there, we just can pretend it didn't happen because it only happened because of a misclick, to be honest with you. Just to let you guys know what I would have done in that situation. What was I going to lead with? I was going to lead with what? Duraludon and Rillaboom. So what I was going to do was fake out with Rillaboom, which would waste the Barraskewda's turn, meaning that it couldn't surf to give the Colossal all those boosts. From there, I don't know what Duraludon would have done necessarily. I would have probably done a maxing off for the Thunderbolt, perhaps. Either way, their strategy wouldn't have worked out, and without that strategy, I don't believe they would have won. I don't know that for sure. Anyone can say. I'm probably going to beat myself up about it, but as for the other 3 battles in this episode, I'm pretty happy. So, yeah, there's one more video with this team, so be watching for that on, what is today? Thursday. Be watching for that on Thursday. But yeah, comment down below. Let me know. Do you think I would have won that 3rd battle, or do you think I still would have lost it? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. And, of course, subscribe so you don't miss that video on Thursday. But other than that, my friends, that'll do it for this episode. So thanks so much for watching, and as always, see you next time.